Welcome back, guys. Well, you requested it, and I finally made it here on a whim. #1 beach in the USA, year to year. We'll see. We'll take you out there. Siesta Key. Going to walk through here today, go over a couple of very, very strange numbers I'm seeing in the Southwest Florida market, and of course, some new construction updates. Got some interesting stats here. We're finally getting the March, basically end of month numbers, and the things I'm seeing up and down the Southwest coast are very, very surprising. Also, we've got builders offering 5-year ARMs now on move-in special homes. I don't know. I think that's a little risky. The prospect of, we would think at this point rates are going to be lower in 5 years, but with the way all this inflation's going, the way the economy's going, we could potentially be in stagflation here for God knows how long. Even a 5-year ARM is a little risky at this point, unless you're going to put a lot down. So I was surprised to see builders offering those. Another thing we have coming up is the rate buy downs that started about 2 years ago when the rate increases kicked off. They are starting to increase as well. So if you got a 2-1 buy down about a year and a half ago, you would get 2 years of certain interest rates and then it would adjust. We're getting pretty close to that already, where people, it's hard to believe that we're almost 2 years back, but they started hiking rates in June of 2022, and not long after is when we saw these programs start emerging. So that's something that, a lot of people discount. They don't bring up that much. That's an issue a lot of people might be facing. If they had bought a home a year ago, year and a half ago, and were basically still at this point banking on a refinance, their rates are going to adjust here in the next year, year and a half. And if they don't get some relief, their buy downs probably look great compared to what the rate's going to go to. So, or stops at. The nice thing is some of them were fixed after a certain period of time. So first year would be 4.9, next year would be 5.9, last year would be 6.9, which will still beat anything that we're carrying right now. But for some people, they banked on affording those mortgages by being able to refinance in this period, and it does not look like it's going to happen. So as you guys can see, sand is always white at Siesta Key. Water's a little murky with seaweed today, but hey, it beats snow. You know what I mean? It's not snowing. So water's actually pretty warm for this time of year. If I had shorts on, I'd take a dip, but of course I'm here in pants again. But to the wacky numbers I'm seeing in Southwest Florida, it appears right now that there's kind of a rift between north and south and everything in the middle. The places, the counties that saw lower sales actually saw prices increase in March year over year. And the places that saw higher sales saw prices fall in March, which is strange to me. And I'm sure it's strange to everybody listening.
So Collier County, the area surrounding Naples, is one of the locations that saw a decrease in sales.
They were down 4% year over year. Not a huge number, but their prices went up. Now, as far as their inventory goes, their total listings for single family homes are up 52% year over year. So inventory is still climbing down in Naples. They have 8 months supply of inventory, which is not out of the norm for them. It's high when you hear it and looking at it from a buyer or seller's market, but it's not catastrophically high for Naples. Now you guys all saying I don't ever run into people. Well, here you go, I'm dodging everybody left and right. Same thing with Sarasota, Manatee. Their sales actually fell by 8%. They had 8% less sales than they did last March. But their prices also increased. In my previous video, I told you guys that they set a new all-time high for their average sales price there. I believe their median is down a little bit, but crazy stuff. And now that's Sarasota, Bradenton. The board does count those both in together. Looking at their inventory is up 64%, guys. Still seeing massive inventory increases. That's total number of homes up 64%. Their month supply is at 4.7 months. Not as open as Naples, obviously, but still it is a 75% increase from the same time last year. So odd to see those kind of inventory jumps, those kind of sales going down, but they are still seeing price appreciation, which is the exact opposite of what we're seeing right now in Charlotte County and Lee County, and I'll go into those numbers as well. Now, before I get into Charlotte County, I want to touch on Northport's numbers, because Sarasota, Manatee, that's a large area to cover. Northport gets lumped in there because it's Sarasota County, but they're two very, very different markets, as I've continuously mentioned to you guys. So I don't think, someone in Northport's going to go, oh man, even though sales went down in Sarasota County, the average price went up. But that's not the case in Northport. It's a portion of Sarasota County, but it's a separate entity. So Northport's average sales price was $404,000 for the month of March. That's not hitting their all-time high. They have about 6 to 7 months of inventory there still. So still a lot of houses being listed in Northport. Why I focus on Northport is I don't think that they're going to weather this storm as well, obviously, as the rest of Sarasota County. When you look at the amount of listings Northport has, you'd have to go back to 2009 to see this many houses on the market. They have 2009 levels of inventory, guys. Why I point to Northport for that is because when you look everywhere else, they really don't. Now, south in Charlotte County, Lee County, we're close. We're over pre-pandemic, but when people say over pre-pandemic, that just means a reversion to the mean at this point. This is back to normal. And if you guys recall, the state of Florida has finally hit 2019 levels of active single-family home listings, but in 2019, prices were still rising. So we're still there statewide. Each area is very different. I use Northport as an example because Northport does not have 2019 levels of inventory. Northport has 2009 levels of inventory. So I would expect prices in Northport due to that to fall. We will see what happens. I've expected prices to fall in some areas that things have not moved. So just thought that was very interesting. Another thing I saw was a prominent public position was posted for Northport, and the starting salary was $63,000. And that sounds like a lot of money, guys, but when the homes are $404,000, that is basically 6.4 times your price to income ratio, which is crazy. It's traditionally been around 4. Homes should cost about 3 to 4 times your yearly income. So how does this public servant move to Florida and afford a house on that salary? It's just not going to make sense. And people wonder why we can't get a lot of these jobs filled, county or otherwise, even service. It's like hard to fill county jobs unless people have lived in this area for a very long time and bought a while ago. And as I try to find my way back to wherever I left my shoes, this place is massive compared to Inglewood Beach, or really Venice even. I will go into Lee County because Lee County sales actually rose 3%. So the opposite of Sarasota, Manatee, the opposite of Naples and Immokalee, and the prices still fell there. So sold more houses, prices went down year over year. Lee County single-family inventory has now ballooned to 7,376 homes. That's catastrophic. That's up 74% from the same time last year. The month's supply is 6.5, according to the Association of Realtors. That is a 75% increase from the previous year. And Lee County saw their median sales price for single-family homes go down 4.3% year over year, only about 2 and change on the average sales price. Getting to Charlotte County, because I know everybody's waiting for that one. Now, according to the Board of Realtors, Charlotte County actually saw an increase in their single-family home sales of 6.5%. We sold 6.5% more homes this March than we did last March. That's a pretty big increase, and I've been telling you guys that that's coming, and that's what I've seen in my data as well. And the board the association is backing that. But again, price declines, 2.6% down on the median, and barely anything on the average, 0.6. But still, price declines even with more sales. And we still have 3,122 homes on the market, which that really blows me away with what a killer sales month we had. And we still listed, it didn't put a dent in it. It didn't put a dent in it because in February there was 3,000. So to still see 3,000 on the market in March when we had one of the best, if not the best sales months, depending on what data you read, in over a year and a half, is crazy. I mean, that's just bonkers to me. And with that being said, That is a 105% increase from the amount of homes we had listed last year. And for months of supply, we're sitting at 7.6 in Charlotte County. That is extremely high. That's buyer's market territory. As I've been telling you guys, that's up 90% from the previous year. And I mentioned I did tour a Lakewood Ranch community by Toll Brothers today. It's the Isles at Lakewood Ranch. I got a chance to actually walk through a 2-story for once with a pool. These things are going for about 1.2 to 1.3 all in. Let me know what you think.
All right, guys, so this is 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 3,400 square feet. This is the 2-story. Got an ensuite right here. Perfect for guests. Got its own bathroom. Take you back out into the entryway. You've got an office den here. We'll get you upstairs really quick. It's kind of cool what they did here. It's opened up like a loft, but it would be a great work area. Could be a play area, relaxing area. You got your own bathroom here. You do a lot of stuff up here. I thought that was pretty neat. Of course, guest bath down here. Another guest bedroom. We'll spin you through the living area. This place is absolutely massive. I really like what they did with the kitchen and the cabinetry. The see-through is awesome. That's a great pantry as well. Then you've got your interior laundry with your sink. Back through the living area, we're going to spin you into the primary bedroom. We'll get you out to that pool too. Of course, nice size primary. I also like the primary bath. We're going to spin you around in here. Walk-in closet, of course, another open pantry. There's your privacy toilet and dual sinks, shower, tub. All right, now out to the pool. No cage on the pool, guys, but you got a nice covered area here. Look at this seating area. That's a great place to hang out. Outdoor kitchen, of course. Keep an eye on everybody in the water. And we'll give you one more spin from the canal view.
So I left my shoes in a bush on the side of the beach and nobody stole them, so that's good. Still got them. Cannot get the sand out of them, so I'm not doing that again. Going barefoot wherever I can whenever I get down to the beach. But unfortunately, I don't really know when this is going to happen or not. It's kind of a seat of my pants thing. So apologies if the video is a little disjointed and quickly put together, but wasn't really on the agenda for today. So another thing I'm seeing with the builders is, you know, if I show houses on Monday and the rep's calling me on Wednesday, hey, what's going on? What are they doing? What are they doing? You know, I know they got to move some inventory, might be a little more wiggle room. Now it is end of quarter for some people, so that can affect it. But it's mostly people are willing to talk with you. From where I've been, that has been the demeanor, is let's at least have a conversation. They are still on move-in ready stuff. You're gonna get the best deal. There's no way around it. Those are where the main deals are. Those are where the big incentives are. Those are where the big price cuts are. Stuff that needs to be built, as I've mentioned, they're going to try to uphold the current community pricing. So there's some little things that they can do behind the scenes, bonus incentives, upgrades, but it's not going to be to the extent that you see on something like a move-in ready home or a builder that really isn't able to move any of their products. I was surprised when I went to Toll Brothers. They have a lot of quick move-in ready homes coming up that seem like they're decently priced, but when you look into them, some back up to the road, most of them back up to a main highway, so you get that kind of trade-off. They're actually cutting their lot premiums right now too. They were telling me the lots are normally 100, 110. We'll slash that in half right now on certain lots. So little deals like that that they can try to move around. Generally, the purchase price of the house, they try to maintain until they drop the community pricing across the board. And really, with what I'm seeing up here in Lakewood Ranch in Sarasota, especially resale, that doesn't look like it's going to be as easily done as it is in Charlotte County, Lee County, some areas of Naples even. But right now, up here, this place is pretty hot. Everywhere I've gone, that's kind of been the situation. All right, guys, so I'm gonna have a deep dive into all these numbers, all these counties, once I get settled in. This is kind of just a brief overview. Wanted to give everybody an update of what's going on. Wanted to show you the bridge here leading out to Midnight Pass. And in the background, you probably can't make it out, but is the daiquiri deck. And if you guys know about the daiquiri deck, you know. If you know, you know what I mean? Quite a few of them around here, but they're all pretty awesome. And with that being said, guys, if you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time.